23 candles this year.
23 is a lot.
You thought 19 was a lot.
So imagine how I'm feeling now.
Old?
Practically ancient.
You know, Mom and Dad are like twice that, right?
Yeah, Sawyer, and they're old.
Well, I think Samantha, they'd be offended by that.
Oh, old people get offended by everything.
Hey, thanks for the flowers.
Well, it is our birthday.
Not yet, it isn't. What time is it?
11:18.
Like 40 more minutes.
She says it like it's such a chore to hang out with me.
You are kind of a headache.
Oh, whatever. I'm a joy to be around.
You know, I thought the younger sibling was supposed to be the entitled one.
You're not younger. We're the same age.
Nope. Technically, I am younger.
And you say I'm a headache.
You are. Relationships aren't always sunshine and rainbows.
And they don't always last.
But those that do last are there forever.
Those friends that are with you ever since the beginning,
Whether you like it or not, are siblings.
but what happens when they grow apart? Birthday by birthday.
See how
Sammy,
and Sawyer
twins!
deal with slowly growing apart in Birthday Candles by K.R. Schneider.
Oh, like when?
Does our 8th birthday ring a bell?
Sawyer, put Pebbles back in her cage!
Tell Mom you have chocolate cake with pink frosting.
Now it's my turn! Now it's white cake with green frosting!
pink and chocolate, Sammy, or the rat gets it.
Mom, Sawyer's gonna kill Pebbles!
You're such a baby.
If you kill Pebbles, I will kill you!
Mom, Sammy's gonna kill me.
Give me Pebbles!
I'm gonna bake her in that stupid cake.
Mom!
Mom!
You're being a serious baby.
Well, it was my turn.
You got your white cake, didn't you?
Well, yeah, but it had pink frosting.
Well, Mom always was the master of a compromise.
She was a pro at that whole, it's the same, it's just different crap. I didn't want the same pencil bag as Sawyer.
They're not the same, Sammy. Yours is blue.
Why does Sammy get to have a cooler backpack than me?
They're the same, Sawyer. Yours is just green. Quite a woman, our mother.
Definitely sainthood material. Favorite birthday, go!
6 was definitely up there. The bouncy castle, the face paint.
6 was awful. I broke my arm in that stupid bouncy castle.
That's right. You cut all your face paint off.
I went to the hospital looking like a pink and purple snot ball.
You were an awfully sad butterfly. It hurts.
Don't cry, Sammy. You'll cry all your pretty face paint off.
I hate that stupid bouncy castle.
Me too.
I hate this stupid face paint.
Me too.
I hate my stupid birthday.
Me too.
What's wrong with your arm?
Are you gonna get a cast, Sammy?
If they make me,
I'll get one too. Then we'll be the same.
we're the same all the time.
They wouldn't give me that cast no matter how much I begged.
And when they told you no, I think that you cried more than I did.
I just wanted us to be the same.
But we're always the same.
Sometimes that's not always the best thing.
You can't wear that.
I can too. I picked it first.
Did not.
Did too.
I told you we should have gone dress shopping together.
Maybe I wanted to pick my own dress.
Well, you didn't pick your own dress, Samantha. You picked my dress.
Shut up, Sawyer. Maybe you picked my dress.
Did not.
I did too.
Shut up. Change.
You changed. Mom!
Lesson learned.
Don't shop it separately.
You know, that homecoming dance was actually fun.
All right. You kissed Tommy Higgins.
My first kiss.
The first kiss.
It's probably like the only thing I ever did before you.
Where?
My mouth.
No, dummy, like, where? On the dance floor?
The hallway by the first floor trophy case.
That's a good hallway.
How is that a good hallway?
I don't know, you got kissed there, right? So it must be a good hallway.
I guess.
So,
So what?
So you got kissed. What was it like?
Warm?
Gross! Warm? That's the best you could come up with?
It was a kiss, Sammy. It's not like I was taking notes.
Oh, sure. We all know what a kiss feels like.
It was kind of awkward. He seemed kind of shy. I laughed.
So, it was incredible?
Yeah, it was incredible.
I heard he got married last year.
Whoa. Married? Tommy Higgins is somebody's husband?
Jealous?
Nah, the first kiss was okay and all, but
Not a total loss.
definitely not the great love of my life.
Yeah.
Hey, Sammy. Whatever happened to going to Paris? You were going to turn 23 under the Eiffel Tower and all that.
Paris is still there.
And you weren't with it because?
Because I'm with you. Dummy, it's our birthday.
No, Sammy. It's your birthday. I don't think birthdays count anymore once you've died.
It's still our birthday, sir. You were born in this day with me. You and me together. It's still our birthday.
I don't get older.
It's your birthday, Sawyer. It is.
Sammy.
It is.
Fine. Since it's our birthday, can I put in a request?
What?
Next year, go to Paris. Turn 24 into the Eiffel Tower. Eat gelato. Fall in love with some guy with an accent. Wear a beret.
A beret.
Whatever, okay? Just don't spend our birthday in a cemetery talking to a headstone like a weirdo.
I don't want to go to Europe without you. I don't want to see great places or eat gelato by myself. I wanted to do it with you, but you're not here. You left me. Sawyer, you bailed on me, and now it feels like I'm only half a person.
You're a whole person, Sammy.
Do you know that by the time they told me, I already knew? Like I could feel it. Like all of a sudden I didn't have enough limbs.
It's that whole twin thing.
Now, I'm 23. I didn't go to Paris. I buy 2 of everything. And you're still 19.
I know. I wish a lot of things.
I love you, Sawyer. I love you, Sam. Look. You're 23. I'm 23.
Sammy, you know I'd never really bail on you. I'll be around.
I could never go anywhere without you.
Like you'd want to.
No, I wouldn't want to.
Next year, go to Paris. Turn 24 into the Eiffel Tower.
I'll put your flowers under the Eiffel Tower.
And you'll eat cake underneath it?
Absolutely. Chocolate with pink frosting.
24 candles next year.
24 is a lot.
Afoot and light-hearted, I take to the open road, healthy, free, and the world before me, the long brown path leading me wherever I choose. No more mom and dad taxi, buses, or catching a lift. You can go where you want, independence to do what you wish. In the beginning, there's fear, apprehension, but also the thrill that lasts being behind the steering wheel. I have a fear of driving. I've had it for a while, but the fear seemed to lessen when you looked at me and smiled. Try driving my car. You said, there's no one else around. I hesitated, shook my head, staring at the ground. Next thing I knew, you were out of the car coming over to my side. You opened the door. I hesitated. Just take it for a ride. It was too late for me to tell you no. I found myself taking your seat, gripping the wheel, holding my breath. The rite of passage from adolescence to adulthood. Getting the independence to be able to go where you want, which makes it so you can go more places and takes the burden off of your parents to get you everywhere. But learning to drive isn't always the easiest thing. but the result is worth it. Through the poems, Learning to Drive by Lily Onsworth, Just Take It for a Ride by Nicole DeRosa, Try Again by William Edward Hickson, Learning to Drive, It's a Wonderful Thing by Inky Fingers, Learning to Dream and a Wish, a Dream, a Goal by Kathleen Pulsifer, The Journey is the Destination by Mike Bufzap, and an extra from Song of the Open Road by Walt Whitman. A program of poetry interpretation for the journey, not the destination. Oh, I think I got it. No, I don't. Kangarooing down the street. Mind the old lady. 10 points. Look at the road curve. Turning into the road slowly. No quick stop. Hand on brake. Out of gear. Lights off. Done. Shall we try again tomorrow? A few minutes felt like forever. I didn't get us very far. The car moved slowly. I could tell by the look on your face. I didn't get us where you wanted to go. If it's a lesson you should heed, try again. If at first you don't succeed, try again. You had thought you had failed, that you hadn't taught me a thing. We paused and I took the other seat. Once or twice, though you should fail, try again. If you would at last prevail, try again. If we strive, 'tis no disgrace. Though we do not win the race, what do we do in that case? Try again. Today, you make a wish that you think will make you rich. A wish, a dream, whatever you call it. If it comes to be, life would be sweet. Take that dream and make it a goal. And with that, the ball will start to roll. When you see your dream written down, you will smile, not frown. An action plan with dates to achieve will help you to believe that your goal is possible. It isn't complicated, it's really quite simple. Challenges you will face, but do not let them stop your pace. Find a way to overcome, allow your dream to become. Goals give us a focus, they move us along. Don't worry about how long. As you see your dream becoming a reality, setting goals gives us clarity. Then your courage should appear, for you will persevere, you will conquer. Never fear, try again. Moving off and stopping. Help, I don't know what I'm doing. I'll never get gifts with this biting point stuff. Then it clicks. Hey, what was so hard? This moving off thing? It's not too bad. Oh, but the stopping! Now I'm braking too hard. Let your mind go and let yourself dream. Then develop a goal along with a theme. Develop a plan to give life to your goal. It's an achievement only you can control. Take action on your goal. Come alive. Don't let it become part of some archive. Set aside all hesitation, moving forward one step at a time, and you'll find towards your goal you will start to climb. If you find your task is hard, try again. Time will be your reward. Try again. Each lesson, there is something new. Dealing with traffic, junctions emerging, traffic lights. What if I stall? This is so scary. Then, roundabouts, the worst of all. Oh, how do I know when to go? Oh, I wish the cars would go more slow, and I could see what they're intending to do. Why don't they indicate? Hey, give us a clue. How am I supposed to know what you're going to do? Take it easy, plan your approach, correct the speed and gear. With enough time, all will be clear. Hey, this driving, it's not so hard. Turning into the road, left reverse, parallel and vague parking, I'm really progressing now. All that other folks can do, why with patience should not you? Only keep this rule in view. Try again. Theory passed in, my test is looming, the big day dawns, I'm so nervous, I'm shaking. I hope I pass. I want this so badly. I passed! First time! What a relief! Thank you for your patience, for making it all such fun. Afoot and lighthearted, I take to the open road, healthy, free, and the world before me, the long brown path leading me wherever I choose. Paths cross throughout our lives. Directions seldom dictate when our paths merge together. The journey becomes the destination.
Do you know what the pinnacle that every childhood is? No, it's not our fantasy over Barbie. Oh, it is cartoons. Yeah, I know, not the punchline you're expecting. Like it or not, cartoons are what make you, you. We watch thousands of hours of these shows as kids and pick up on their lessons, and they become part of us. My father's favorite cartoon show was the Woody Woodpecker, which makes sense. I am 10 years younger than my brother, and my father was 45 when I was born. I think we all can tell I was a back rub gone wrong. I think he was Woody Woodpecking too much. When I reflect on my childhood, the show that stands out from the rest is Scooby-Doo. The amount of people that have watched more Scooby-Doo than me is the amount of independent candidates that have won the presidential election. Today, we'll talk about the one and only Scooby-Doo. First, we'll hop in the mystery machine as we see how the characters represent me in my life. Then we'll sniff out the trail as we find out who the bad guy is in this room. And finally, we'll do some role-playing as we will see how Scooby-Doo would play out in 2024. Better grab your Scooby snacks because we are on the case. Scooby, Scooby-Doo, where are you? Let's find your true identity. I would like to think I'm not any of Fred Jones. Dude really thinks he's always right. If I didn't know any better, I would think he drove a big truck. And you know what they say about people who drive big trucks. Big egos! How can one have an ego while wearing an ascot? Like, what even is an ascot? More like his ass got ripped off when he bought that silly thing. He should have dressed up in a red suit to get all the girls. I mean, I have a girlfriend, but I still pull these speech girls. The more the merrier. Am I right? No, I am not smart like Velma. But if you didn't know any better, at home, I wear Velma-like glasses. Danger-prone Daphne is always finding ways to get caught. Trust me, I think she likes it. But have you guys heard of clumsy crisis cutie pie Cooper? I'd be ashamed if I mistakenly tripped and fell and dropped a first and 50 ballot, you know, just to make your job easy, of course. No, I am not a pothead like Shaggy. But if you didn't know any better, you would think I have the munchies. I eat so much food, you would think I look like Mrs. Puff. Yet, I'm standing here with the build of Cinnamon. For Scooby, no, I am not a dog. But yes, I am that dog, if you know what I mean. But on a serious note, Scooby always taught me to put family in front of anything because they've helped me solve most of my mysteries in life. Scooby, Scooby-Doo, where are you? The villain's out there somewhere. These Scooby-Doo shows wouldn't be as electric without its maybe not so great villains. I mean, all these villains are just normal people with a motive and a costume to get their way. As you can see, there are too many villains to go through. So, I created a quiz on the most trusted and correct website, BuzzFeed. Hey, Mr. Masters, let's see what villain you are using this quiz. All right, first question. What type of crime would you most likely commit? Vandalism, theft, kidnapping, or they are all small potatoes? Kidnapping. What makes you angry? Feeling unappreciated, being last entertainment round, your parents, or injustice? Feeling unappreciated. You almost just got caught. What do? Scream? Snort, laugh? Stay still until they get close in. Bam! Or do a little grunting. Do a little grunting. Oh! It says here that you are minor 49er. Let's see what it says. You are pretty quiet and not super threatening. Although you speak very little, you are charming in a weird and mildly creepy way. And you are sure fun during hide and seek. I'm not sure what that means, Mr. Masters. And I'm not sure if I want to know what that means. Scooby, Scooby-Doo, where are you? Let's jump to 2024 now. Viewer discretion advised. Anything said or done in this next point should not be done at home. If you were worried about your safety, there's the door. Okay, back to the fun. When we want to see how Scooby-Doo would play out in 2024, we gotta get down to the roots. The gang would be cruising around the city in their Honda Caravan with 50 Cent listening to In the Club. Go shawty, it's your birthday. We're gonna party like it's your birthday. I know Nebraska is 85% Caucasian, but we gotta be culturally sound here and give the game some color. Good thing the show Velma did that for us. Boom! Woke. The gang had a super unique relationship. And in 2024, that wouldn't change. There would be the biggest battle for Daphne between Fred and Velma. Oh yeah, you heard me right. Daphne will be batting for both teams. Fred will be like, hey Daphne, wanna go back to my crib and Netflix and chill? Where Velma will get upset with Fred's Riz and try to put a Riz training order on him. Let's be honest, for the villains, a cardboard box and a banana peel are simply not going to cut it for a trap. So, for our solution, the gang will be strapped. With water guns, of course. Once they throw the real-life villain back in prison, they'll be heading back to the real-life malt shop, McDonald's. Where the biggest mystery of all is if that thing shake machine's working. So today, we first hopped in the mystery machine as we saw how the characters represent me in my life. Then we sniffed out Mr. Masters as we found out who the bad guy was in this room. And finally, we did some role-playing as we saw how Scooby-Doo would play out in 2024. As the world crumbles in front of our eyes, we can always go back to our tried and true cartoon shows to give us joy. I know Scooby-Doo isn't all of our favorite cartoon shows, but I think we can all remember this simple tune. But I put a little twist on it. Cooper, Cooper Doo, where are you? I'm at a lovely speech meet. Cooper, Cooper Doo, how are you? I'm loving this entertainment. You know you can't go over time to speech, so Cooper Doo, finish your speech quick. Don't hold back. And Cooper Doo, if you come through, you're gonna have yourself a gold medal. I hope that's a fact.
For the past year, I've been sleeping a lot, dreaming more too. Dr. Delvecchio always wants to talk about my dreams. What'd you expect? Since she's a psychiatrist. She says, don't be surprised if you have nightmares, even terrible ones. It's very typical. It's your brain's way of dealing with what's happened. Dr. Delvecchio always looks disappointed when I take her for anything about my dreams. She probably knows I'm lying, but thinks I can't deal with how awful they really are. That's not the reason. When my alarm goes off, I can remember every detail of my last dream. So why not make her happy and tell her about them? They're even bad dreams. Because it's hard enough talking to Dr. D as it is. I don't want to deal with what she'd say if she found out my nightmares were the right kind of bad dream. Why did the school cross the road? Who cares? But something we do care about is how a traumatic experience can affect someone for years after it happens. One of the many ways it can affect someone is through dreams. But can a dream have a meaning? A recollection of a lost memory? A detail forgotten? Or the random neurological signals sent through your brain? Find out in The Wrong Kind of Nightmare by Pamela Love. See, my nightmares aren't filled with blood and horror. The way she thinks. I don't relive the accident every time I close my eyes. Not even close. I'm nowhere near a sidewalk. It's not raining. I'm not pushing my baby sister's stroller. No, instead, I'm taking a Spanish test, which turns out to be written in Chinese or Egyptian hieroglyphics. Or I'm on stage in my pajamas. I don't even think of them as nightmares, not since the accident. Because what's the worst that happens in these dreams? A bunch of people laugh at me. Well, so what? Sure, I'm embarrassed, but you don't really die of embarrassment. It takes something more to die. Actually, I wish I were reliving the accident. I've tried, writing down what I want to dream about, focusing on it before I close my eyes. But they won't cooperate. So instead of a few minutes of REM sleep, going through it every night, I go through what feels like 16 hours a day doing it, practically every waking moment for almost a year. Sure, I'm obsessed, but I can handle it. I need to do it to remember. I know there's something I'm forgetting about the accident. Whatever it is, it must be important. I'm hoping it's evidence, something I can use to get justice for Riley. My parents don't understand. That's why they make me go to Dr. Delvecchio. They want me to move on. But I won't move on, not until I've done this one last thing for Riley. For almost a year, I blamed Brenda McNamara for what she did. Somebody has to blame her, nobody else is. Not even Mom and Dad are trying. The local newspaper interviewed them, and they said they'd forgiven her. They even let that woman come to Riley's funeral. I couldn't believe it when I saw her, sitting in the back row like she had some right to be there. I almost threw up. Here's why I need to remember, why I keep going through it over and over. If I can remember something Mrs. McNamara did wrong, maybe I can get her punished for it. That's why I remember the squirrel dashing out into the road in front of that lady's SUV. She swerved to avoid it. She did miss the squirrel. Yeah, she saved its life. But it was raining, the road was wet, and that's when her SUV skidded right where I was pushing a highway stroller. Like I said, I keep going through it over and over, so what am I forgetting? It's not because of a brain injury either. The SUV didn't touch me when it tore the stroller out of my hands. The doctors checked me out. They said I was in shock, but otherwise I'd be all right. That was 355 days ago. The police, the insurance companies, Mom and Dad, they all agree it was an accident, one of those 1 in a billion things that just happen. That's nobody's fault. You'd think Riley was hit by a meteorite. Well, she wasn't. Mrs. McNamara hit her. But it'd be a whole lot different story if she had done something else. Apparently, running over a baby isn't enough to go to prison. You need an aggravating factor. People say they understand how I feel, but if they did, they'd feel exactly the same way. I understand it's not easy to hate her. See, everyone says it wasn't her fault. If she'd been speeding. But she wasn't. The speed camera showed that. Drinking, drugs, no. Breathalyzers and blood tests showed nothing. If she'd been texting or making a call, but she wasn't. She didn't even have her phone with her. Can you believe that? She said she'd lost it before and didn't have time to get another one. But she is the one who made the call. I couldn't stop screaming. I couldn't move. She took my phone out of my jacket pocket and she called the police. Sure, she was crying, but if she'd really been sorry, she would have. I don't know, but there's got to be something. I was hoping Dr. Delvecchio could hypnotize me to remembering something I'd forgotten. But she won't. She's trying to teach me calming methods so I can move on. You'd think the words move on were magic, considering how much everyone says it. Dr. Novectos pushed me to do a yoga class, but I want to learn what happened, not how to do a downward-facing dog. That's something I hadn't thought about before. What if Mrs. McNamara would have sworn to miss a dog instead of a squirrel? Nobody wants to punish Brendan McNamara, but an irresponsible dog owner. That'd be different. Unfortunately, there isn't one. Nobody owned the squirrel. It's like the worst, most unfunny riddle in the world. Why did the squirrel cross the road? But I think what I really mean is why did it do it right then? 2 seconds earlier, the car could have braked. 2 seconds later, the squirrel had been crushed. I would have felt bad about that, I guess. I used to like squirrels, the funny way they bounce along with those fluffy tails. How smart is a squirrel, anyway? Can you remember something like that? Is it glad the car missed it? It's been almost years. The squirrel even still alive? Maybe not. Maybe he got hit by some other car on some other road. I should be fair to the squirrel. Why wasn't I further back on the sidewalk? Because it was raining, it was cold, I was trying to get home. But why was I right at that exact spot? Because I stopped to show Riley a leaf floating in a puddle like a little boat. It made her smile. I told Mom and Dad it was the last time she smiled. Riley smiled a lot. At the funeral, Reverend Hamilton said that she was the happiest baby he'd ever seen. It's probably because we all loved her so much. After my parents had me, they'd been trying for a long time to have another baby. They called her a miracle. Now, that miracle's gone. She'll never get to smile again, and she deserved to smile 1,000,000,000 times more. Wait, that wasn't the last time she smiled. She giggled just before the accident when the squirrel ran out in front of the car. She must have been smiling at the squirrel. That's what I couldn't remember. It wasn't some detail that would send Mrs. McNamara to prison. It was that squirrel. That squirrel was the last thing to make my baby sister happy. That's why my dreams have been filled with people laughing for almost a year. I've been remembering Riley's last giggle in my dreams.
Welcome back, folks, to the Little Greasy Tater Queen competition, sponsored by Little Greasy Taters. They clog your arteries, but not your taste buds. This year's competition is already shaping to be a kicker. We have more little contestants than ever before. 3. But that doesn't mean just anyone can get in these competitions. These contestants had to pay a hefty $5 entrance fee and be under the age of 10. Boy, are they ready to get up there and strut their stuff and be exploited by their parents for a year's supply of hot, greasy taters. Our first little lady gunning for the crown tonight is Miss Tina Marie Mayflower.
Hello, old people. When I grow up, I want to pass out oranges to the homeless and put a happy ranch for old people to die in. My hobbies include glitter and making sandcastles. I want to win tonight to show everyone that my mommy can maintain her full-time job at the underground couponing circuit and still have time to raise a winner.
Fantastic. Next up is Mindy Pascal. Now, don't let her appearance fool you. While she may have a certain likeness to a 50-year-old chain smoker who tries to win this competition every year for the past 45 years, she did clearly write age 8 on her entry form.
When I grow up, I want to avoid a lot of regrets. My hobbies include yelling at my ex-boyfriend and removing asbestos from my ceiling. I want to win this year to show everyone that I'm a winner. Then maybe Mama will come home. She left to go get the milk 42 years ago.
Yikes. Next up we have, this just says Mittens. Also, I think the contestant is just a cat with a wig on.
Meow.
Yeah, that's definitely just a cat. Who put this cat up here? Can someone please get this cat off stage?
No way. We've worked way too hard to have you take away our dreams now.
But it's a cat.
Now listen here, mister. Mittens may be a little different than the other children, but she's still under the age limit. We paid the $5 entrance fee. And gosh darn it if she doesn't like a few greasy taters every once in a while.
Okay, good enough for me. A little girl, a young chain smoker, and a cat, all competing to win the grand prize of hot, greasy taters. Who will win? Find out in Little Greasy Tater Queen by Clint Snyder.
That cat's gonna be tough competition. All mine can manage to get run over by a car.
Mindy, you can't smoke in here.
Oh, this is a candy cigarette. See? Tastes just like a chocolate bar.
That's just the type from your lunch, you silly goose.
Moving on. The next portion of our competition is the part where our contestants get to show off their wonderful swimsuits. Please stand behind that curtain over there to get ready for your big reveal. In 3, 2, 1.
My piece is a traditional one-piece bathing suit with a modest take on an old classic. I've accessorized with rhinestones, glitter, and of course, a seashell bra. Cause what's a day at the beach if you can't hurl yourself dramatically onto a boulder, singing and pretending to be an oppressed mermaid?
I know I've had my share of experiences pretending to be a mermaid. Next up we have, oh my goodness, someone's let a crocodile loose on stage. Quick, everyone, run for your lives.
What are you talking about? It's me.
Oh. My mistake, ladies and gentlemen. What I thought was a ferocious, hideous reptile was really just Mindy. Your extremely tough, leathery, scale-like skin and olive green bathing suit tricked me. Isn't that funny, Mindy?
What a hoot. Who knew I would be the laugh riot of the century?
Please don't ever laugh like that again, Mindy. When you move, things go where they shouldn't. Next up, we have Mittens. Meow. How adorable. A little cat with a wig and a bathing suit.
Don't you patronize her!
I wasn't patronizing, I was admiring. I mean, how many cats do you know that can dress themselves in itty-bitty cat-sized swimsuits?
None. I make it a point of not allowing Mittens to interact with other loser cats. I'm afraid I might dim her amazing talent.
Speaking of talent, the next portion of our competition is the part where our contestants get to showcase their wonderful skills. Tina, what do you have for us?
Well, I think you really have to feel what I have rather than see it. I wrote an avant-garde poem in memory of my dear departed one-armed gerbil, who left us to go live in a posh farm in upstate New York.
Is that it? Tina, are you done? Tina? Tina? Tina?
Shame, shame on the corporations that manufactured your teeny tiny little hamster wheel. For when your arm slipped under the wheel, it crinkle, crinkle, cracked.
Can I have a cigarette break?
But how could you have known we would not feel the stab, 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 which caused you so much rejection, which is why you left us to live in a posh farm in upstate New York?
Are we done now?
The cow, it mows. The pig, it oinks. The chicken, cluck, cluck. But you, sweet hamster, oh sweet friendlet, you remain silent on your funny farm. I now applaud myself.
Thank you for that painful reminder. of why so many of us give up on art school. Next up, we have Mindy.
Thank you, thank you. For my talent, I will be singing the national anthem while doing jumping jacks. Oh, sick. Sorry, the science. It just takes a lot out of me, you know?
Take all the time you need, Mindy. I'm sure anyone lame enough to show up to this lame competition on a Tuesday night has absolutely no life.
Okay. So what next to jumping jacks? That was just showing off anyway.
The suspense is killing me.
Let's hope
Tina, are you alright? Please say yes, we're not insured. Oh, thank goodness.
Oh, you're welcome. My mom always told me my voice was a gift from the angels. She also used to say, Mindy, you stupid animal, get your fingers out of the instant potatoes.
Oh, I wasn't thanking you for your performance. I was just glad you weren't dead.
Oh, well, that makes one of us.
Next, we have Mittens. What's your talent today, Mittens? Aw, did you cough up a little fur ball?
Nah, there was a whole mouse carcass in there too.
Aw, did you cough up a little mouse carcass?
Hey, she stole my talent.
No. Yours was supposed to be singing.
Well, I coughed a lot during it. She cheated. That's plagiarism.
You're absolutely right, Mittens. This does not contravene the rules and procedural guidelines previously outlined in the documentation provided.
You got all that from a meow?
The final and my personal favorite part of the competition, the Q&A from our fans. But because we don't have any actual fans, I came up with all the questions myself. Tina, what would you say is your greatest accomplishment to date?
Well, that's a tough one. I would have to say at the time I napped all these poor people in the Egypt exhibit that were covered in toilet paper. And I used it to restock the public bathroom at my dentist office. They go through a lot of TP there.
Wonderful. Next we have Mindy. Mindy, what would you do with a lifetime supply of hot, greasy taters?
Well, I was thinking I was just going to eat them.
Disgusting.
Isn't that what you're supposed to do with them?
I mean, you could eat them, or you could do what one of our past winners did and make a sculpture or model of the town. I will now give you a second chance to answer your question.
I guess I would sell them.
Despicable. You know, in all my years, I've never met a contestant as small-minded or greedy as you. Get off my stage.
Oh no, it's happening all over again.
Folks, I think we found our winner. Me. It was a tough decision, but I feel like I deserve it more than both of you. Although the cat did give me a run for my money for a while.
You can't do that.
It's against the rules.
No, it's not. I wrote them. If any of you need me, I will be using my winnings to throw at people I find unworthy. Until next year, everybody. And don't forget to spay and neuter your pets.
Hey there, you've reached Rachel. Please leave me a message and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Beep. Hi, Rachel. It's Claire. Just calling to tell you I miss you. Again. Sorry, I didn't call yesterday. I was on a date. I know. Boys are gross. And you said dating in high school is way overrated. But I think I really like this one. He's really sweet, respectful, and he has a car. And he makes me feel safe. I think I haven't really felt that way since you left. When a sibling leaves, it can feel like we've lost a part of ourselves, especially when we're as close as Rachel and Claire. Sometimes it feels impossible to let go, like you need to talk to them all the time. And sometimes when you miss your sister so much it hurts, you can only hope that she'll pick up your calls or leave her love to you in a voicemail. An original by Zoe Price. The day you got that UC Berkeley acceptance letter, I cried because I thought I'd miss you. And I know you're only an hour away, but I was right. I miss you, Rachel. Now that you're gone, Mom has to drive me to school. I should have my license. I'm the only junior without a license. But I've just been so busy lately. Besides, I think I'm a little afraid. I mean, anyone who knows me knows I should not be operating heavy machinery. I can barely use a stapler without impaling myself. Remember that one time when I stuck a staple in my thumb instead of the Easter card I was making you? I remember looking at the piece of metal sticking out of my flesh and screaming my little head off. And then you ran into the room, took the staple out of my thumb, and washed off all the blood. The worst part, I got blood all over the Easter card I was making you. But you just laughed, begging me to let you keep it because all of the red splotches on the Easter bunny made him look like some sort of furry serial killer. I'll never forget how proud of yourself you were when you came up with its name. Ted Bunny. Mom says I should stop calling you every day. Her therapist thinks it would help me let go a little and make some new friends. But I don't need them. I've got a phone, you've got a voicemail box. So I've got you. Besides, I don't know how much I trust Mom's therapist anyway. She's always telling me to write down my thoughts. Dr. McSomething, remember? The woman Mom dragged us to when we got into that big fight in 8th grade. Well, I was in 8th grade, you were in 10th. You made some dumb comment about not wanting me to come to your high school because you were sick of people mixing us up, remember? You said you wanted to be just Rachel, not Rachel and Claire. Mom's therapist said you wanted your own